This is WWE superstar Drew McIntyre, and you're listening to the WWE Podcast.
The champ is
the one that everybody wants, me.
Becky Lynch is going to WrestleMania. Claymore!
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. This is my iron. You're gonna acknowledge me.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Main Event Review. Thank you very much for tuning in again. We're here to cover all the matches that have occurred on Main Event, some Raw segments, and then capping it off with a Survivor Series War Games preview and predictions, as we always do when the PLEs are fast approaching. So why not change that? But yeah, this Raw... And I thought last week was good. This Raw was unbelievable. Madison Square Garden, they went off with a big bang here. Lots of returns. Lots of surprises, which we'll get into as well. But yeah, I can't wait to talk about it because I thought the Raw the week before was good. And then this one just blew it out of the park. And I think, yeah, we're leading up to War Games. And I think, as mentioned previously, there might be some WWE WrestleMania storylines as well. I think shaping up to based on this Survivor Series match. So, believe it or not, WrestleMania is fast approaching. The New Year's done. I don't know how the year flew so quick, but we're almost onto the new year, and that means we're closing in on sort of end of season, we'd like to say, for wrestling fans before the new season starts as we end at WrestleMania too. But we'll get through straight away with the first matches, and then, go along with what happened on Raw, and then obviously the preview and predictions. So, we had Kid Wilson taking on Eric Rowan from the Wyatt Six. The last time I saw the Wyatt Six was a long time. And then the last time I've seen Eric Rowan fight one-on-one, I think it's been Yonk. So the fact that they did it on Main Event is quite underwhelming. But nevertheless, getting to see Eric Rowan back in the ring one-on-one was great. And yeah, he destroyed Kid Wilson, which was obviously expected. And yeah, it wasn't too long of a match. Kid Wilson fought back for maybe 30 or so seconds, and then Eric Rowan finished the match with a chokeslam and definitively defeated Kid Wilson. But I got to talk about the Wyatt Six because, as you know, we're getting this traditional Survivor Series match on SmackDown, not even in Survivor Series, with this made-up sort of team that Sami Zayn's leading with the Machine Guns, Rey Fenix, and Shinsuke Nakamura, taking on the MFTs. Now, what we really want to see is an MFT and Wyatt Six showdown, which I suspect that they're going to be interfering or have something to do with what's going to happen in that SmackDown match. But other than that, and this sort of feud that's taking ages to come, since they've won the tag team titles, they don't really get on TV still, which is so frustrating because obviously this is a legacy group for Bray Wyatt, but they get a lot of heat. Every time they come out, the crowd reacts well, and they're just wasting them. Why put the titles on them if you're not going to put them on TV every week or defend them? But yeah, I don't understand. Eventually we need to see the MFTs and the Wyatt Six just battle because I think everyone's waiting for that. And seeing Eric Rowan's first match on Main Event is just disappointing too because he's someone that's meant to be big. He was there when Bray Wyatt was part of the Wyatt family, when he was part of the Wyatt family. So, yeah, seeing him on Main Event in a match that we haven't seen him fight in so long or wrestle it's underwhelming. But it was good to see, again, as mentioned. What will happen is I suspect that, they're going to go with a feud with MFTs. And let's see what happens. I think that they need to defend their tag titles more. I'm talking Dexter Lumis, I'm talking Joey Gacy. But a group as a whole need to be on TV a lot more, and I think that will change when SmackDown goes back to 3 hours because it's just they're not getting enough time, and it just doesn't seem like they're doing anything. And when they have the titles, this was the issue that we had with the World Tag Team titles on Raw. The division was flying, it was killing it. You give it to the Wyatt Six while your division is hot, and then now it's gone. No one's defending it again. You had a really good tag team division. Good feuds, good rivalries. But now, without them defending the titles, you're just killing it. The Street Profits, the Machine Guns, they're not doing anything anymore. So, I mean, that the machine guns are in this MFT match, but like it's a filler thing. It's something that's not long term on what they're really there for, and that's for going for tag team titles and actually battling tag teams. So yeah, that's my little take on it. Kid Wilson looks like he's just solo again. Another loss expected. But yeah, we'll continue to monitor what he does on SmackDown in terms of his backstage segments, but not really doing much. Not doing much at all. We then go to Raw. We had John Cena coming out, which was great. He came out and was basically about to say thank you to everyone. Wanted to take a second. Dominic Mysterio gave him no time, just came out, basically came in and said that no one wants to hear what John Cena has to say. His title was handed to him like he's just been handed everything else. He was handed to him, to be fair, so Dom was right. But the funny part was he claimed that he fought for everything he has, which is quite funny because that's definitely, he's not true for his character. Then called out for a rematch for the title. Cena said that he chose the right building to ask for this, asked if New York City was okay with it, and they were very happy with the idea, but that's when Dom said no. He said that he already did it Cena's way, now he's going to do it his way, where they basically will be having that match at Survivor Series, Dominic Mysterio's hometown, where I'll save my predictions later, but I think we know where the direction of this is going. But it looks like Dom Mysterio and John Cena will be fighting it out for the Intercontinental title at Survivor Series in San Diego, which is more advantageous to Dominic Mysterio, apparently. But again, that's not what finished up. Cena said that he promised a match for the New York people, and that's something that was advertised, obviously. And basically then, Dom Mysterio's goons, Finn Balor and JD McDonough, interrupted and came to support, and they just really disregarded the fact that Finn Balor and JD McDonough haven't been supporting Dom Mysterio for months now, and all of a sudden they came out. You could have had El Grande, I don't know. I'm not just looking into it too much. But basically, they came out to attack him 3-on-1, which is what happened. And that's where Sheamus came out, which was obviously a little expected because he's had issues with Finn Balor and JD McDonough, but still was 3v2 handicap. And that's when Rey Mysterio came out and everyone was going crazy. You had Sheamus, you had Cena and Rey Mysterio cleaning house, and we all expected what was going to happen there. A 3v3 tag team match, which was unbelievable. We had the 10 beats of the bard simultaneously, the 15 knuckle shuffle, which was awesome. And it was just a real good throwback moment getting this match. We had 2 hot tags with Rey Mysterio and then obviously the final hot tag being John Cena. But given that John Cena's spent a lot of time with Rey Mysterio, them two being like the main 2 baby faces in that era, as well as Sheamus, where they've had such a long history, it was just awesome to see them back in the ring together. Now, we didn't get to see John Cena versus either of them, but at least we got to see them tag team together and work together, because I think those 2 superstars were major impacts in John Cena's career, I think, especially Mysterio, believe it or not, because they were in the same era together. I know Mysterio started a little bit longer than him, but both were like the main 2 baby faces, and Sheamus won his first championship against John Cena, WWE championship. So, yeah, it was just the right move, right play. We loved the match as well. Just a really good, feel-good feeling to sort of, tap off a nice feel-good story for John Cena on his last Raw. That's his last Raw. That's really crazy. I still can't believe that that is going to be his last Raw. And, yeah, he'll have Survivor Series, and I'm pretty sure Saturday night's main event, and that's going to be pretty much it, which is, crazy. Like, I know we've been hyped all year, and people are probably like over it, but at the same time, like, John Cena's finishing up. It's just bizarre. It's like it's coming close. It feels like the retirement tour went long, but at the same time went quick as well, and we're not going to be able to see him. So that's going to be a bit emotional in that front. We then have the Raw segment with Alexa Bliss coming out to the ring to address basically what happened with Charlotte Flair. Obviously, she has a history with Nikki Bella. And again, I like the fact that she mentioned pretty much the fact that she wasn't going to get along with Rhea Ripley and that she doesn't trust her. But Alexa Bliss basically said that she was not happy, obviously ignoring her texts and whatnot. and basically mentioned, when has Charlotte Flair ever cared about what people think? People told Alexa Bliss not to be friends with her, not to trust her, but Bliss basically said that it was her best friend. She essentially went on about how she was there for her when no one was, and how she really saw who she was as a person. And it was a really good promo. She obviously looked into the camera. She gave her passion. And basically, as she was going on about that, she did admit that that was her best friend and that they can take the titles back. And she left it to dry. And that's basically exactly what happened. But then Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, Lash Legend all came out. Asuka just yelled in Japanese, and then Nia Jax goes, yeah, what she said, which was quite funny. And then Jax basically called Bliss a loser and said that she can understand why Charlotte Flair left her as her former best friend. And that's where they outnumbered Alexa Bliss 4v1, but then Rhea Ripley and Io Sky came into the ring to support. But it was still obviously a mismatch. We had 3 versus 4. And yeah, Lash, she's got a mean strike, Lash Legend. I'm keen to see her in this War Games. I know she got put in like quite randomly, but I think she's going to offer a lot in this. But we're all waiting for the eventual moment for Charlotte Flair to come out and save Alexa Bliss, which she did. She ran out with a kendo stick. She hit Jax and Lash with it, and she also pretty much got him out the ring. And then we had in the floor, Asuka and Kairi Sane getting attacked by Ripley and Sky, and that's where Flair hugged Alexa Bliss, and it looks as though that she is confirmed to be joining the Women's War Games team. Only took one SmackDown for her to change it up and say that she wants to join again, so that was quite funny. But I think they didn't really have much time to build this up. It would have been good to sort of build it up a bit more, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, just to tease it, because we all know that Charlotte was going to join this War Games team, but I feel as though it just happened so quick. But anyways, she's going to be part of the babyface team, and that's pretty much what's set up there. 2 things that I want to mention. We had it's not on main event, so I don't want to go into it too much. Nick Nemeth returning was just awesome. I really want to mention that. It's great to see him. Obviously, they put him out as Dolph Ziggler. He's still an unbelievable seller. But yeah, I would have, again, liked him to come out as Nick Nemeth, but again, it's a one-off thing. And yeah, I knew it. I knew deep down I had a feeling that, like, Cardona, Dolph Ziggler, or Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler were going to be the contenders. Just felt too good to be true for Edge and Jericho to come, so yeah, don't think we're getting that. And then we got a mystery opponent, which apparently is The Miz. I was hoping it'd be Joe Hendry, but it looks like it's not. But anyways, it was good to see Dolph Ziggler. The fans were crazy, and people were happy about it. And it wasn't about him getting the win. It was just about creating the moment, and they sure did. Hopefully we get to see him on the main roster as well. And then the last one is, obviously we got the match between Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer, which I just didn't like. The fact that Nikki Bella threw her into the screen and then Stephanie Vaquer just looking at her as she's talking, like it was just not realistic. Like, I think Matt's mentioned it. A lot of people have mentioned it. It just didn't look good. It didn't look real. So I wasn't really a fan of it. It made Stephanie Vaquer look super weak. She's obviously way stronger than that. But again, it is what it is. We then had the match between Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree. And Maxine Dupree is the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Great booking, great move. I'm very happy for it, because I feel like Becky Lynch is too good for this title. Let's be honest. Like, she elevated the title big time, but I think it's time to give it to people like Maxine Dupree who are trying to ascend. And she's been working hard. She's improved so much in ring, and she's been trying really hard to get to that level and have an opportunity, and she's taken it with 2 hands. It was obviously the help of AJ Lee, who was another return on this show. Like, that's 2 returns we've already spoke about already. To help, obviously, Maxine Dupree and interfere with the match. And that's how Maxine Dupree did get the victory. And obviously this leads to, I'm going to say it because SmackDown's already passed, the 5th members being Becky Lynch and AJ Lee in what will be an amazing War Games. Both cards just look so stacked, let's be honest. Like, the women's face group is probably one of the strongest babyface groups I've ever seen. Like, unbelievable. Like, the heel side, not so much. Asuka's unreal. And obviously Becky Lynch. People don't like Nia Jax. Lash Legend's young, and Kairi Sane has become more of a beta character. But that babyface group, you're talking Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee. That's just, wow. That's such a strong list. So, again, I digress. Maxine Dupree is the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Now it's going to be probably more suiting of her, as I mentioned, because I think Becky Lynch is too big for the title. But again, it's great. It's a testament to her hard work. She's obviously earned the right to be one. She thoroughly deserved it. Let's see what happens with this run. I hope they give her a good run and a decent feud as well on top of that. You've got some young superstars that can potentially battle with her. Even Ivy Nile can come back because they still have their sort of beef, and it feels as though that Ivy Nile has always had one up on Maxine Dupree. So I'd like to see that change, and it gives Ivy Nile an opportunity. You've got Roxanne Perez, who's not really doing much, but I suspect that they're going to push her for a women's world title soon, I think, as well, to battle with Stephanie Vaquera again eventually. So we'll keep tabs on that one. But again, Maxine Dupree, Women's Intercontinental Champion, very happy with the booking. And another big thing that happened on this Raw, the title change. So yeah, why wouldn't we love that? We then had Rusev taking on Otis. Rusev being on main event, again, criminal. I don't understand how he's on here, but he just literally fought for the Intercontinental title. He also advanced to the next stage of the tournament. So yeah, I don't really get why this happened. I don't get why Rusev is better than that. He beat Damian Priest and he defeated Otis in this one. He raked the eyes and he won it with the mushka kick, which made him look like he was cheating a bit and put Otis over a little bit. But I just don't understand why they are wasting Rusev's time on main event. But again, he gets the victory. Obviously, momentum going into the next match in the quarterfinals. And I can't recall who he's versing, but I'll have to check that up to confirm. But essentially, same story with Otis, not really doing much on main event or on WWE to begin with. And yeah, this was the original sort of, feud when Rusev first came in. So I don't know why they are doing this, man. I don't understand. Yes, Rusev's taking on Jey Uso. I checked it out. I had a feeling it was Jey. I just wanted to be sure. So he takes on Jey Uso, where I think he'll lose that match. But again, going back to Otis, besides what happened with Chad Gable when there was no payoff and he was getting heat, he's just not doing anything. And yeah, I know Alpha Academy are main event staples and we love to talk about them, but it's getting tiring to just bring them up every week and then not doing anything. We know the matches are going to lose. We know the matches are going to win. And yeah, it's just quite frustrating. But we finish off with essentially a battle of all the baby faces and heels coming into the ring, leading up to War Games, where we had obviously CM Punk, the Usos, and it skips most of the segment, to be fair. It just goes straight to that. So not going to really talk about what happened before that. It was the face-off. He did introduce the War Games members, but they all just came out and just attacked each other. And yeah, we thought that the baby faces were going to get the upper hand in this moment as they were all attacking each other. And then that's when Brock Lesnar, like, you know what I mean? Like, we all suspected that he was going to be the fifth member, but we didn't suspect that he'd make a Madison Square Garden return. He came out, obliterated CM Punk, and then we had Cody Rhodes face off with him as well, obliterated him, and then that's when the OTC came out. Roman Reigns, LA Knight getting robbed of a spot here, if I'm honest, because I don't think Jimmy Uso, or even Jey Uso, but more Jimmy Uso has any business being in this match given the star power there. But we'll get to why he matters in my review or preview. But yeah, Roman Reigns comes out, gets the upper hand on Brock Lesnar. We had him spear Bronson Reed because Bronson Reed came out to try attack Roman after he Superman punched Lesnar, speared him through the barricade. We had a lot of things go on off air that we didn't see because Raw cut off, but essentially we had like lots of spots. The NYPD came in. They were obviously fake. They looked so fake. A few table spots, I'm pretty sure, on the announce table that we didn't see. But again, this also shapes up the men's War Games match between the Vision. If you want to count Logan Paul part of the Vision, he might actually be in the Vision permanently. I really hope not, but we'll count him in there with Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. You've obviously got Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar taking on the Usos, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes. Like I said, I think LA Knight got robbed here. I think he was deserving of an opportunity to battle in this match. So that's a bit of a shame. But again, it is what it is. Roman Reigns had to be involved. Obviously been feuding with the Vision and now Brock Lesnar going into the fold. It's just going to be interesting to see how he goes along with CM Punk, because they've obviously had their feuds as well. So they're going to have 2 War Games in a row being in the same team, and they haven't really recovered or really made up since then. So that's going to be interesting too. But that pretty much sums up the main event review. We'll go straight into the Survivor Series predictions as well before we close the show. We'll start with Stephanie Vaquer taking on Nikki Bella. I think Stephanie Vaquer wins this one clear. There is no business where Nikki Bella should ever be winning a Women's World Championship right now. But the feud is good. Brings some heat back on Nikki Bella and gives Stephanie Vaquer a solid feud there. So I'm not against it. I like Nikki Bella better as a heel anyway. So yeah, but there's no chance that Nikki Bella wins this. Stephanie Vaquer has to win this match. We then get John Cena taking on Dominic Mysterio, which is for the Intercontinental Championship match. I've got Dominic Mysterio winning this one. I feel as though that John Cena getting the Intercontinental title was literally just to reward him as a Grand Slam champion and just solidify him as the GOAT. It was very much hand given to him. Whatever you say about John Cena, that's the reality. As much as we love him and as much as we're going to miss him, and in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if he wins the title or not. It's just what it was. It was hand given. I'm not angry about it, but I have to call it as it is. But I think Dominic Mysterio gets his title back. There'll be some cheating or something involved here for it to sort of cap that off. And then we have the Women's War Games match. I'm going to say the baby faces take on the heels. I've got the baby faces winning this because I just think the group is just too strong. There is no, who takes the pin there? Who really loses here? Unless the women turn on each other, where I don't think they should, and I don't think they will, because I think Charlotte Flair is the only one that has the likelihood to turn on someone. She's doing really well as a babyface, and fans are really enjoying her as a babyface, and I'm enjoying her as a babyface, not being involved with titles and just being chill. And she's been very likable lately. So I actually am I'm trying to get my words out. I actually am a pretty big fan of Charlotte Flair right now and what she's doing. So I got no complaints for her. Obviously, the rest are who they are. And yeah, there's a lot of people in the heel side that can take pins. So I think that the War Games match should go to them. I do think, and I'm hoping this week they do the matches to determine who goes in and out. I do think for this one, you need to have the women dominate, the heel women dominate the men. The heel women. Oh, I'm losing my words today. The heel women to dominate the babyface women in this War Game. So there has to be a lot of handicaps, I think, just to make it look like it can be a chance. Because let's be honest, on paper, there's no real chance there. If this was a real match, real non-scripted, as we know, this would be clear. You'd go with those 5 just on merit alone. And then we have the baby faces, Team Punk, I'm going to call it, take on Team Vision. This one, I think the Vision wins. I think the Vision must win. Correct me. They must win this match. It just makes sense. You've got ascending stars in Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and if you want to count Logan Paul, you can count him in too. They have to win this match. It feels as though that if you give the baby faces a win here, we've seen them win the last 2 years. Give it to the heels. Give it to the ones that need it. And I think the Vision need this victory because they've gone on a crazy run this year. And I think this will solidify that and show that they mean serious business. You've got Jimmy Uso there, as mentioned, to take the pin. You've got Roman Reigns, CM Punk having feuds. They're not getting along. And we can't forget that the last time the Usos and Roman Reigns were together, they were the reason, Jay was the reason why Roman Reigns lost to Bronson Reed, and they had their feud as well. So again, this is, for me, an easy decision to make, an easy booking. You give it to the Vision. You make them look powerful. You make Brock Lesnar look unbelievable leading up to WrestleMania. You build new stars in the process, and you just give them a chance to sort of solidify them as probably the most dangerous heel group at the moment in faction. So why not stop there? And that's all the matches. I would have liked to see maybe the finals for the John Cena last time now tournament at Survivor Series, but we might get one more match. I don't know. I feel like War Games goes for a long time, so we might not. But I'm really keen to see this War Games and see how it pans out. We'll obviously review Survivor Series next week with the main event as well, just to give you a bit of context and see what happens and how my predictions went. And I've been doing okay on the predictions, I would say. So hopefully I can clean out here and go 4-0 and maybe put a bet or two on. Let's see. But again, it's been Daniel. You listened to another main event review. Once again, I'll catch you guys next week. But thank you very much for tuning in once again. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.